Hey Tigers! It's Friday, October 27th, and we are back with the fifth broadcast of the 23-24 TigerVision News. I'm Easton.
And I'm Emma.
This is a reminder that, as always, High School FCA and Teens for Christ will be meeting in the old gym at lunch today. Everyone is welcome.
Now if you'll please join us for a moment of silence.
Would you please stand for our Pledge of Allegiance to the American flag? Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This broadcast is brought to you by American Legion Frank Glad Post Number 20, Armstrong Bank, Bravado Wireless, Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory, Fort Gibson Education Foundation, Keith Hardware and Supply, Renfro Electric, The Local Bank, Trucks for You, Zomac Music, Max Drive-In, Tiger's Den, Burroughs Post Frame Supply, G&H Outdoor Services, Green Country Lanes and Muskogee Skate Center, Michelle Mackey at Chenoweth and Cohen, New Direction Dental and Sleep Care, Simple Simon's Pizza, Dr. Debbie Coy and Dr. Kimberly DeRosset, Sticks 4 Mile Stop, and Sticks Fort Quick Stop.
Attention seniors, all senior yearbook ads are due by Friday, November 3rd. Space is limited, so reserve yours ASAP. Check your email for Mrs. Harrison for more information.
We're nearing the end of the trimester, which means trimester tests are in our future unless you are exempt. Our trimester exemption program is in effect. Here are the rules. Students may earn a trimester test exemption from their classes by maintaining the following academic and attendance criteria. Students have 3 or fewer absences and 90% or higher average in class. Students have 2 or fewer absences and 80% or higher average in class. Students have 1 absence and 70% or higher average in class.
Absences are defined as follows. Anytime a student misses school for anything other than a school-related function, it will be counted against their overall total for absences in relation to this program. This includes illness, doctor's appointment, etc. Students who have been suspended may not participate in the buyout. Every third late to class started equals an absence. These count toward your total.
Non-exemption courses are defined as follows. Any student enrolled in an E2020 class will not be exempt from taking the cumulative exam for that course due to the fact that it is required for completing the program.
FCCLA is hosting a breast cancer awareness walk next Wednesday, November 1st during advisory. In order to participate, students should bring a $1 or more donation to their advisory teacher. Money raised will be donated to families who incur travel expenses while taking treatments. Students will walk the track during advisory next Wednesday.
Here at the Fort, we have a great group of faculty that prepare us for the future. Let's go to Trey as he introduces us to a couple of new classroom teachers and one that changed her lesson plan to a new subject this year.
We are currently on the scene in the hallways of Fort Gibson High School, just outside these classrooms where learning is taking place as I speak. Our educators work very hard to engage their students throughout the hours using different types of teaching strategies.
My current subject is special education, so I do resource for 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade at the intermediate elementary. So I originally went to college for teaching. I didn't know I was going to do special education at first, but after my gen ed was done, I went ahead and specialized in special education.
I've taught math, geometry for the last 11 years. Art and photography, and I went to college originally for math. The more I got into it, the more I found how beautiful it was.
I went to college to do hospitality and gastronomy in Mexico. Right now it's in Spanish, and I was working with the special ed kids in middle school.
A huge welcome to the new teachers to the high school and to those who have joined us in the ELC, IE, and middle school. I'm Trey, reporting for TigerVision News.
Thank you, Trey. These are not all the new teachers in our district, but we welcome you all to the Tiger family. And now to Aidan for a look at the weather for the next week.
Thanks guys, it's really starting to feel like fall, and maybe winter for some of the mornings. I hope you brought a sweatshirt or a jacket, because temps today will be dropping fast. The game will be downright cold, and rain will be back for the weekend with a high on 44 on Sunday. Next week dries out, but the temps below freezing for Tuesday and Wednesday morning. Trick-or-treating will be cold with temps in the upper 40s. We are hoping for a slight warm-up as we head into late next week. As always, we'd like to thank News on 6 for this week's weather graphics, and now a word from one of our sponsors.
Trucks for You, specializing in OTR dry van freight with over 300 trucks and 1,100 trailers on the road. Trucks for You is in it for the long haul. Trucks for You.
And now let's see what's happening in our area and in our world.
In the area, Whataburger in Muskogee had its grand opening yesterday. The fast food restaurant is located at 3113 West Shawnee on the bypass near Starbucks and across from Apex Cinema. I'm excited to try it out this weekend.
In the state, the Martin Scorsese film, Killers of the Flower Moon, which was filmed in Pawhuska, Oklahoma, hit movie theaters. The star-studded crime epic impressed in its box office debut, collecting $23 million from North American theaters over the weekend and $21 million from 63 international territories for a global total of $44 million.
In the nation, people eating their meal at a restaurant in Wisconsin were interrupted by a buck that came crashing through the window this week. This picture captured the deer as it charged into the dining room. No one was hurt, and the restaurant is now offering a $2 mac and cheese.
In world news, for any fans of Jurassic Park, now could be the chance to tread the same path as the prehistoric giants before us, after a set of well-preserved dinosaur footprints were unearthed on the beach off the south coast of London, England.
We will be right back after a commercial and then a favorite segment of mine and yours, Dad Jokes.
Zomac School of Music is Eastern Oklahoma's largest music school and music store. Zomac has a huge selection of instruments including top brands like Pearl drums, PRS guitars, and saxophones, pianos, trumpets, violins, and much more. We also rent and sell school band instruments. Zomac has 19 professional music teachers and 400 students per week. We offer lessons on over 20 instruments. We're open Monday through Saturday. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Zomac School of Music.
It takes a certain kind of humor to truly appreciate a good solid dad joke. And by good, I obviously mean bad. Ridiculously bad. So bad that people are shaking their heads. That's how you know it's a good dad joke. Fortunately for those who appreciate such uncomfortable guilty pleasures in life, the dad joke segment is back for the 23-24 school year. So for all the dads out there, take it away.
How do you make a tissue dance? You put a little boogie in it. Bada bing, bada boom.
You know why the wind doesn't say anything and tell jokes when it goes in the cornfield? It just goes in one ear and out the other.
I don't know about you, but I like telling dad jokes. Sometimes he laughs. I'm Aidan reporting for TigerVision News.
I have to admit, I laugh every time I hear a dad joke. I can't help it.
Me too. And now it's time for On This Day in History.
On this day in 1492, Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue. No, really. He sailed to Cuba and claimed the island for Spain.
On this day in 1961, the first Saturn rocket was successfully launched, and years later the Saturn V was the launch vehicle used in the Apollo moon landing flights.
On this day in 1968, physicist Lise Meitner, whose research led to the discovery of nuclear fission, died in Cambridge, England.
On this day in 2014, American singer Taylor Swift released 1989, which she described as her first official pop album. It was a blockbuster hit and won the Grammy Award for Album of the Year.
On this day in 2017, Catalonia's parliament voted to declare the region independent from Spain, resulting in the central government's dismissing that legislative body and calling for new elections, in which the majority of seats were claimed by the pro-independence movement.
Easton, it seems that history has the ability to build empathy, helping us appreciate cultures, ideas, and traditions that are not our own.
I agree. So on this day in 2023, as a Fort Gibson Tiger, remember that the past is our heritage, the present our responsibility, and the future a challenge.
And now to Coach London and Mr. Wicks to see where they are for this week's Tiger Sports Report.
Hey, welcome into the Sports Report. We're out here at the cross country trail, where the cross country ladies and gentlemen they run their shoes off. And
how many times have you ran this trail?
I honestly, this is as far as I've been down the trail.
And did you run here?
No, I did not. I barely walked. Anyway, so quit making fun of me. The Tigers football team traveled to the land of the Cougars last Thursday night. It was a fall break start and took on the Ada Cougars and fell a little short. Cougars are 8-0. I mean, they're
a good football team,
yeah.
And they showed it once again, unfortunately, and they got off to a good start. We kind of got off to a slow start, but our guys battled the whole time and showed a lot of heart and character, and so we've really begun changing the culture, and it's a tough game, and but they're a good team. Give them credit, and all of our goals are still ahead of us as far as playoffs, so we're excited.
Tonight at the Sallisaw Black Diamonds field, I don't know what it's called there, but we're all going to travel there. We'll play 7 o'clock kickoff time against the Black Diamonds. They're 5-3, we're 3-5, so it should be a good game.
It's a big game, I guarantee you, and it's meaningful. The significance of the playoffs, of positioning and making the playoffs or not for both teams. So it's a big game with a lot to be decided. So we're excited about it. Our guys have practiced well all week, had a good week of practice, and so they know the importance of this game, and it's kind of a rivalry,
Sure.
And so we're excited about getting down there. I know our team is.
Well, and the season's almost over. 2 games left tonight at Sallisaw, and the next week we are home against Hilldale, senior night, and all the festivities that go along with senior night. So 2 weeks left in the regular season, and it's a short season now.
It's amazing how fast it goes. We're already in week 9.
Week 9, yeah.
Crazy.
All right, so now the real reason that we're out here on the cross-country trail, cross-country trail, the girls and the boys, Lady Tigers and Tigers, traveled last weekend to be in the regional contest, and the girls fell a little short. They did well.
Did really well.
Didn't qualify for state, but the boys, new line in the record book for the boys.
Oh, yeah. Coach Austin in her second year as being head cross-country coach has really done a tremendous job, and to write the history books like they have, I mean, you got to have good kids and hard workers, and just a shout out to those boys. I mean, they've boys and girls both, and the girls, give it up to them. They're out here working hard. They had a tremendous year last year. Didn't work out for them this year, but that doesn't mean they didn't give it their all. And so proud of them. But the boys had a stellar year and set the history books, and won their first meet as a team earlier in the year at Shakota, and now qualifying for state for the first time ever as a team. It's really been fun keeping up with them.
Yeah, Cooper Glasgow finished 7th overall, and the team finished up 6th. Overall, they qualified for the state tournament. That'll be tomorrow at Edmond Santa Fe. I think 12:15 is when they start time.
That's start time.
Start time 12:15. So if you get a chance, go ahead and watch them at Edmond Santa Fe. You guys go run your shoes off some more. And anything else?
I think that's it.
All right.
It's getting cold.
It is cold. That was one thing we were going to say about the weather at the Sallisaw tonight. Make sure, Aidan mentioned earlier, it's going to start dropping. Temperature's going to be cold. It's going to be like in the 40s. So wear your galoshes and all the stuff, the parkas and all the things. So we'll see you back to the studio.
Each week I attempt to guess where Coach London and Mr. Wicks will end up next. Let's just say they're keeping us on our toes.
I predict next week's sports report will be from Center Court in Harrison Fieldhouse. After all, basketball season is right around the corner.
We've made it to the final week of the trimester. Make sure you stay on top of your homework, study hard, and finish the trimester strong.
And just a reminder that next week's football game will be the final home game where we will be celebrating senior night, and the Royal Regiment will perform the annual light show. The Tigers will take on the Hilldale Hornets in the big rivalry game where the rock and bragging rights are on the line. Go Tigers!
Next week is shaping up to be a busy week with Halloween on Tuesday and the end of the first trimester and the football game on Friday.
Fall events have definitely hit the fort. Thanks for watching TigerVision News. I'm Easton.
And I'm Emma. Tune in next week for more
TigerVision News.